in this video, we want to prove that if x plus y does not equal 0, then the quantity of x plus y squared times x squared minus xy plus y squared is greater than 0. Okay, let's first start off with x plus y not equal to 0. If I square both sides, we know that x plus y quantity squared has to be bigger than or equal to 0. But note, because x plus y cannot equal 0, then this has to be strictly positive. So now we look at x squared minus xy plus y squared. For this, we're going to use, we're going to break up the y squared into two parts. So we're going to choose to do 1/4 y squared plus 3/4 y squared. And then we're going to factor out the first three terms. That's just going to be x minus 1/2 y quantity squared. And then we'll have a 3/4 y squared outside. Now, we know that this is going to be greater than or equal to 0 because you have a square plus a square. It cannot be negative, basically. It has to be bigger than or equal to 0. Now, let's look at when is it equal to 0. So if we set that sum equal to 0, that means that each of these has to be 0 because they cannot be negative. Each term cannot be negative. And the only way it's going to be 0 is just if you do 0 plus 0. So if you set each one equal to 0, well, first, if you set x minus 1/2 y quantity squared equal to 0, you get that the inside has to be 0, which means x equals 1/2 y. And then if you set 3/4 y squared equal to 0, you get that y is 0. So then if y is 0, x has to be 0 because half of 0 is just 0. But then this contradicts the assumption that x plus y cannot equal 0. So that means that it has to be strictly greater than 0. So this sum right here has to be bigger than 0. And so x squared minus xy plus y squared has to be greater than 0. So what we have is the x plus y quantity squared greater than 0 and x squared minus xy plus y squared greater than 0. And then when you multiply two things that are greater than 0, the product also has to be greater than 0. And so that completes the proof.